Trump attorneys seek meeting with AG Garland over outrageous and unlawful investigation. This just hit the wire at 9:12, so about 20 minutes ago. Attorneys representing former President Donald Trump have sought a meeting with Attorney General Merrick Garland to discuss the federal agency's ongoing investigation of the former president. No president of the United States has ever, I think I literally just said this, in the history of our country, been baselessly investigated in such an outrageous and unlawful fashion. Trump attorney John P. Rowley III and James M. Trusty contended in a Tuesday letter to the Attorney General, "We request a meeting at your earliest convenience to discuss the ongoing injustice that is being perpetuated by your special counsel and his prosecutors." The pair further asserted that, quote, unlike President Biden and his son Hunter and the Biden family, President Trump is being treated unfairly, the pair wrote in a Tuesday letter. Garland previously appointed special counsel Jack Smith to handle the Department of Justice's investigation into Trump-related matters after the former president declared his 2024 candidacy last year. Smith is looking into both Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents and his efforts to challenge the results of the 2020 presidential election. The AG has also appointed special counsel Robert Hur to handle the DOJ investigation into Biden's own alleged mishandling of classified materials. Now, I wonder if Hur has interviewed all of Biden's people around him. Has he interviewed everybody that worked at the Biden Penn Center up there? Has he interviewed all the staff? Has he interviewed? No, I haven't heard anything about this guy.
Has he gone to Chinatown and interviewed those people?
I haven't heard one thing about Robert Hur, but yet Jack Smith's got everybody from Mar-a-Lago, from the guy out at the first tee to the guy inside in the clubhouse. He's got all of them on the run. Robert Hur, I've heard nothing about. Not a single thing since it was announced. As a matter of fact, if I didn't read that, I don't think if you asked me who the special counsel looking into Biden's documents were, I could even tell you.
I know.
Trump attorneys did not identify any specifics to differentiate the DOJ's treatment of Trump and Biden on the issues. So literally this just came out at 9:12 as we've been talking about this all show and how outrageous it is and what the former president's facing here. And the deviousness, if that's even a word, behind it, the timing of it and everything they're trying to do. So, I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I just looked up news for Robert Hur, and the only story that I can find is from January 12th, and every single news outlet, the headline is, "Who is Robert Hur?"
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, and the headlines now are, where in the world is Robert Hur? Where? Because who the hell knows what he's doing? Nothing. No leaks, no investigations, no interviews, no harassing people, no breaking into houses, no breaking into the Penn Biden Center, no documents in Delaware, no nothing.
Chances are his investigation's probably going to end up like the Hillary Clinton investigations, all shut down.
And then of course, destroy all the evidence.
Yep, no activity, nothing to see here. We got to stop Trump. He's going to expose us all.
This is what we're up against.
Yep.
And this is, like I said, you see the Durham investigation, you see this. I mean, again, I put no nothing into any poll we're seeing right now. Anyways, as I've said, that's just me. You can like them, love them, trust them, not trust them, whatever. I put nothing in them. But if this is not a motivating factor for those of you out there who are either not sure or, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who else you could think can go in there right now. And obviously he's the presumptive leader, whether the governor announces tomorrow or not, whatever. But I mean, this is just an extra check in the box. Who else is going to go in there and do what has to be done with the motivation to do what has to be done? No other candidate that's announced so far has any motivation to go in there and really burn things to the ground, shake things up.
Yeah. Well, you
Shake
heard,
things up's not even enough. That's not
Right.
a terrible description of what has to be done because it's not nearly strong enough.
well, you heard what he said yesterday to John Solomon when he called into his show. He says, now I know who the bad guys are, and I know who the good guys are.
I hear people today, and again, I'm a huge supporter of President Trump, and I'm going to listen to what the governor of Florida has to say if he runs, as I am to Tim Scott and Vivek Ramaswamy. I like a lot of what I hear from him, too. I'm going to listen to everybody. But I hear people arguing, if Trump gets reelected, he's a lame duck right away. Like, what? What does that mean? That's the argument against voting for him is he's going to be a lame duck already? That's the motivation?
How did they support that statement?
Well, because they obviously are going to, they're leaning towards somebody else, I guess.
Oh.
I mean,
So they don't really have any.
It's not, it's just a lame excuse of why they're not going to pull the trigger for him or why they think we need to move on past him. And honestly, the argument that you need to move past him gets less and less every day the more we see. The more we see what they're doing to him, what they've done to him, what they're going to continue to do to whoever's next. The argument that you need to move away from him, to me, gets less and less. More and more it becomes, who else possibly could you want to send there?
Right.
If you feel about these things the way most of us feel about them when we read about them and see nothing happening on the other side. You going to send Tim Scott there? Nikki Haley? Chris Christie? What the hell are they going to do?
Chrissy's going to hug everybody.
So hope he doesn't eat everybody. And the governor of Florida, I love the governor of Florida. I make no bones about it. He has been as fantastic as an executive as you possibly can. But am I unsold that he could go there and do it too? No, not at all. Right now, there's one person. If your positioning is that the alphabet gangs need to go and it all needs to get, there's nobody else. There's nobody else that's going to go in there. So that's where I'm at.